according to securities analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, who is well known for his Apple product predictions, Apple is planning to release its first iPhone without the Lightning charging port in 2021. Now, a lot of people would have maybe assumed, seeing news like that, the way that I just presented it, that Apple was finally, at long last, going to adopt USB Type-C, which they already have adopted on their laptops and their iPads.
We don't talk about that. Just
laptops and iPads on the iPhone. But no.
That's not what this is.
The shift is part of an effort by Apple to further distinguish its most expensive iPhone from other new smartphones, according to Kuo. And Kuo, however, I'm sorry, my voice is fried. I can't even try. And so that suggests that the phone will not have any port, no charging port at all, and would require that owners charge it wirelessly.
Not only that, not only charge it wirelessly, but also use any wireless peripherals, like only wireless headphones.
Right.
Forget a dongle.
Right.
Forget having like a FLIR camera dongle or any other like pro level dongle.
What if you need? Yeah. What if you need to give a presentation in a boardroom or something? I've seen people use their iPhones for that, just with a Lightning to HDMI connector.
It really doesn't make any sense, especially considering that the way that this is framed, and again, this is just a rumor, this is just someone's speculation. The way it's framed, it's like they want their top iPhone to have this? This is a removal of features. And the last keynote we saw from them was like, you know, we take the word pro seriously, and the iPhone 11 Pro is really a pro tool with these 3 cameras. You tell me pros are just gonna use like wireless
everything
microphones, or just like nothing that, you don't want it to be like a hub where you can put in all these extra extensions into?
I don't know, it's very baffling to me because, you know, Apple's vision of Pro even a few short years ago was dongles everywhere. Whereas now it's wireless everywhere. The problem with that is that unless wireless technology leaps forward very significantly in the next, year.
Wireless isn't pro.
Well, they've got 2 years because a 2021 iPhone wouldn't be until September 2021. One thing though, is that from what I've heard, 60 gigahertz Wi-Fi should see a significant bump in bandwidth. I was actually researching this because I wanted to know if and when there's a wireless option coming for the Valve Index.
Right.
So that VR headset that I like so much, because 120 to 144 hertz, freaking awesome. And apparently there's a new revision coming. I think it was either next year, which would be 2020, or 2021, that would increase the bandwidth substantially and make it so that the existing 60 gigahertz wireless technology that's already used on things like the HTC Vive would be better enough to handle the additional bandwidth of an Index. So if that's the case, and this thing could do, 4K 60 wirelessly, Apple has never shied away from saying, well, the way that you used to do it that was affordable and accessible and easy, now we're going to do it a new way that's less affordable, less accessible, and maybe even easier, but definitely more magical.
It's definitely magical, but I don't think that it's always easier to use a wireless charging pad. They're finicky. You have to line it up in the right spot.
Yeah.
And Apple themselves haven't even released their Power Mat or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think they killed that thing. I forget what they called it. But, there's third-party alternatives, but that doesn't change the fact that Apple themselves has acknowledged that the vision of the future where you just chuck your stuff onto a wireless charging mat and everything just charges magically is not there yet. With that said, they're giving themselves another 2 years.
And aren't they trying to be environmentalists? Didn't they say with the last iPhone that it's all recycled aluminum or something like that? Wireless charging is less efficient. If you're gonna have millions of these users charging the phones less efficiently, you're just leaking out energy into just everywhere.
I think that's a tough one to argue. It's less efficient, but we're not talking people charging their cars wirelessly.
Not yet, but why not? They're trendsetters. Industries follow them.
Yeah, well, people have already talked about wireless charging pads where you just
drive
go
into your garage. We have to redesign the grid if we're gonna do that.
I would buy it.
Yeah, everyone will, but it's a lot.
I would love that so much.
What about that Tesla arm thing where it just went snaked over autonomously and prehensilely and just plugged itself in? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, but that's less That's more science fiction, whereas like pulling into the wireless charger.
Elon has made
into-
rockets that land themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
You tell me you can't make an arm that finds the hole?
I'm saying I wouldn't like it.
Too creepy?
Yeah.
What if you put like a doll's baby hand on the end and just get it to scratch your back?
I don't get it. Are you trying to help or make it worse?
It scratches your back.
All right.
Okay,
so
the thing with this though, it's like you're paying more for fewer features. You're getting less.
Okay, what if they could make it even more waterproof? What if they gave us something in return? What if this 60 gigahertz, and I'm speculating, what if this 60 gigahertz wireless connectivity really is the most amazing thing since sliced bread? Like, you have a dongle that just has like a battery in it, and you just bring it anywhere near your iPhone, and it's like, blah, connected, blah. It's amazing.
If that connectivity option would be available on phones that have ports still.
Yes.
And does anyone really want an iPhone that's that much more waterproof?
Okay, all right. So I have no defense for the dongle argument. The one thing that I will say is I think there is plenty. Wait, is it down? Anyway, back to the iPhone. The only defense I have is the wireless charging. Because I can see wireless charging over the next couple of years getting better enough that there's just no real need to plug in. And it's just, I mean, from an Apple perspective, it's a point of failure. It's an ingress point for dust. It's something for people to snap off cables in and break or short out in the event that, here's a great point against having a Lightning port. You can seal up the chassis as best you can, and you can use like membranes and stuff like that to make a port, reasonably waterproof, but only fresh water. If you could seal up the entire chassis, maybe you could make it impervious to salt water. That would be sick. An iPhone that you could take out on the boat?
What about, that is awesome, but what about security? Like a lot of security has to do with plugging in and, those like, I have your phone and I plug it in?
Yeah.
There's no point. Port, does that make it harder?
This YubiKey is like 3 or 4 years old though, and already has NFC. So like, I don't see why we can't just expect the world to move on from plugging a dongle into your phone to authenticate something.
What about CarPlay?
Well, yeah, that would suck. I don't have a response to that.
They're gonna have to change some things. Although even like Android Auto, what I have in my car, I have to plug my phone in. But I believe there are more expensive stereos or whatever that have wireless Android Auto.
Really? I actually did not know that, to be honest with you.
I think they're like $1,000 though. But I don't know about the CarPlay world. They might be wireless sooner or more cheaply.
Yeah, apparently there's a casting version of it. Okay, that's cool.
Of CarPlay?
Yeah.
Because CarPlay is...
Oh no, Android Auto. I don't know about CarPlay.
Well, CarPlay is available in more automobiles and cheaper than Android Auto is.
Wireless CarPlay adapter from CarPlay to Air. No need to. Okay, so yeah, you know what? You'd need a wireless dongle. Exactly what I said.
A wireless dongle.
So you would plug this dongle into the Lightning or the USB port of your car.
Oh.
And then you'd have wireless USB effectively, because it's only USB 2 even. Like the data rates aren't even that high.
Someone was watching this show and they're just like, okay, I'm gonna go make a wireless cup holder sized dongle that has a little wire that goes into your USB port.
Yep.
It just sits at the bottom of your cup holder and you chuck your phone in there.
Well, that's what this is.
Is it shaped like a cup holder?
No.
Ah, you done goofed.
But yeah, there you go. So you wanna use your old wired, caveman CarPlay? No problem. And I'm sure Apple would be happy to sell it for, I think $149 is probably what I would expect for something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, it's a lot. That is a lot for that.
Yeah, but you're a pro. So like you have money, right? You're using your iPhone. You're using your iPhone Pro to shoot short films and showing them at film festivals, where surely you get paid for that. And wait, what are we talking about?
Pros.
Yeah, pros. What's up, pros?
What's up, pros?